own behavior. It's easier to shift blame than admit painful truths. It's easier to create stories that protect the ego than face the reality of poor choices. But accountability asks the real questions. Did you choose the wrong men over and over again? Did you ignore the red flags because they made you feel validated or excited? Did you bring unnecessary conflict into the relationship? Did your attitude push him away? Do you expect stability from him while offering chaos? These questions cut deep, and that's why they're avoided. But without asking them, growth is impossible. Accountability forces a woman to acknowledge her patterns, and for many, that honesty is too sharp to hold. So blaming men becomes the emotional escape hatch. But escaping the truth won't fix anything. It just repeats the cycle. Accountability is not an attack. It's the only thing that brings results. Responsibility builds respect. Maturity builds attraction. Growth builds relationships. Without accountability, everything falls apart. With it, everything improves. No one is above self-improvement. At the root of all this is a simple truth. No one, including women, is above self-improvement. You cannot grow if you refuse to acknowledge your weaknesses. You cannot build a healthy relationship while protecting unhealthy habits. You cannot demand accountability from men while running from your own. The women who truly stand out today are not the loudest. They are not the most entitled. They are not the ones screaming about independence while refusing to grow. The women who stand out are the ones who welcome correction, who value growth, who understand that strength and softness can coexist, who are willing to look in the mirror and tell the truth, even when it hurts. These are the women who evolve. These are the women who attract a healthy man. These are the women who rise above the delusion that traps so many others. For decades, many women have lived under a cultural safety net that shields them from criticism. No matter how reckless the choices, how chaotic the behavior, how toxic the attitude, society has always found a way to blame men, circumstances, trauma, or anyone but the woman herself. This is why accountability feels foreign to so many older single women today. They've been told all their lives that their feelings are facts, their decisions are justified, and their mistakes are someone else's responsibility. So when the mirror is put in front of them, they recoil. They don't want to confront the reality that their current situation is often the result of their own patterns, not some external enemy. When you grow up in a world that constantly reassures you that you're enough, perfect as you are, and deserve everything, you never learn the importance of self-improvement. Many older women were never required to develop humility, emotional discipline, or self-awareness. They were told to be strong, independent, and unapologetic, but they were never taught how to be honest with themselves. And now, decades later, when they're single, lonely, struggling financially, or unable to maintain healthy relationships, the last thing they want to admit is that they played a part in their own downfall. Accountability feels like an attack when you've spent your life avoiding the truth. Many women prefer to rewrite the past instead of confronting it. They'll blame all their exes, call every man a narcissist, claim they were always the victim, and insist they were too good for the men they chose. They rewrite history to soothe their ego, because accepting the real story means recognizing their flaws. It means admitting they picked the wrong men because of their trauma, ego, or poor judgment. It means accepting they pushed away good men because of entitlement or pride. It means acknowledging they stayed single, not because men were intimidated, but because their attitude was repellent. This is the reality many women simply do not want to face. Accountability is especially avoided when it comes to aging. Many older women struggle to accept that time changes the dating landscape. The same behavior that was tolerated in their 20s is no longer tolerated in their 40s and 50s. The same entitlement that once attracted attention now repels it. The arrogance that once seemed sassy now reads as bitter. The unrealistic standards that once felt empowering now look delusional. Instead of adjusting and growing, many older women double down. They refuse to admit that arrogance, masculine energy, and poor attitudes pushed men away. They cling to a fantasy version of themselves because the real version is too painful for them to confront. Avoiding accountability also manifests in deflection. Instead of asking, "What can I do better?" Many women ask, who can I blame? That's why men become the permanent scapegoat. It's easier to label men as the problem than to admit they themselves might be rude, dismissive, argumentative, overly masculine, or emotionally immature. It's easier to accuse men of being weak than to acknowledge they lack femininity. It's easier to claim men can't handle strong women than to admit their version of strength is actually dysfunctional behavior. Holding women accountable threatens the fragile narratives they depend on to feel right, righteous, and validated. Another reason accountability is avoided is because women fear judgment from other women. The sisterhood rewards delusion, not truth. When a woman is honest with herself, steps back from chaos, or admits her mistakes, she's labeled a pick-me and
Boom. Let me stop it right there.
by her.
Hello. I wanted to let it play until it got to that point right there. You heard what that woman said. That woman said that she said women do not correct out of fear how they're going to be treated by other women. Let me back that up because I want y'all to hear it and pay attention to it because she said something. This video is probably 20 something minutes long. And let's be clear, I got the link to this video at the bottom of the video because I want you guys to listen to this woman, virtual woman. Listen, you want to win. You want to win a free, and I mean free consultation with me. I'm going to give free consultations on the 27th, on the 28th, 29th, and 30th. All you got to do is go over to that link below the video, Virtuous Woman, send her, subscribe to her and say, hey, Chris from Dad's Trader from Child Support sent me over here. Screenshot it, text it to the number 732-875-9111. You win yourself a 15-minute consultation with yours truly. All right. December 28th, 29th, and 30th. I don't know what days they're going to fall on. That's how it's going to be. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want that woman to know I am pushing her content. None of her videos, she show her face, but I will tell you this. I don't know this woman. I know her name is Virtuous Woman, 1969. So I'm assuming she was born in 1969. I would marry this woman the second I meet her. As you heard her say, a woman's actions in her 20s and 30s is different from her late 30s and 40s. It's different. And the one thing that I now understand, and I'm so glad that women decided I was not the catch, I was not the guy, because I stayed out here in these streets and I got to learn about women like you. That's what I got to learn, because there is no woman, and I mean no woman, that's going to go out in the streets and learn about a man like me. But I got to go back out in the streets and learn about women, and it's not good. I now can categorize. I now realize the number one source as to why I was a failure in all my relationships. Every woman, and I mean every, was a member of the sisterhood. That meant what the sisters wanted first. Do you know that my last? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna crack you up when I tell you this. It's funny. It's gonna be funny. You're gonna be like hee 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 hee. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that Michael Jackson laugh. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna play that clip again because I want y'all to heard that again. I want y'all to heard that. Do you know that the last date? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Do you know that the last date that I had, we scheduled it like 2 or 3 weeks out. The day before, I was like, I'm gonna get on a road at such and such and such, only to hear, oh, you know what? The sisterhood got a function tomorrow. But that ain't the thing. That's not the thing. The thing is, they didn't never reschedule. They never rescheduled. That's how powerful the sisterhood is. When you're dealing with a member of the sisterhood, they put them fuck ass friends first. Then they go home to nobody, and that is the perspective and narrative of the sisterhood. It's a bunch of fucking dumb ass black women that act like they're all fun and functional, and then we'll retreat back, and there's no script. There's no script to what's what and anything. But I want to play this back for y'all. Then we're gonna kick this thing off.
Women fear judgment from other women. The sisterhood we depend on to feel right, righteous, and validated. Another reason accountability is avoided is because women fear judgment from other women. The sisterhood rewards delusion, not truth. When a woman is honest with herself, steps back from chaos, or admits her mistakes, she's labeled a pick-me and a
The sisterhood avoids delusion.
Awesome!
When actually it's not. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because I listen, this one video, again, the video is below, the link is below the video. I can go so many places with this video. This one video, I can do a live stream for 2 months based on this one video. So first thing I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna start it off by saying this. The woman's name is Virtual Woman 1969, and what she just said again. The reason why a black woman will never ever correct themselves is because the sisterhood won't allow them. So when you are talking to a black woman, you'll notice, and I'm gonna tell you, and please, y'all, learn from me. I'm 56. Learn from me. I've never did nothing wrong to a woman. I always tried to love a woman. It never got to the point where it was. Every story is the same thing. And I'm listening at this video today by Virtuous Woman, and I said, "There's my answer." But I've been telling y'all, the sisterhood is a trash bag organization. Matter of fact, last week, I said the sisterhood, I said the mob got more morals than a sisterhood. And you will meet a fucking black woman that's part of the sisterhood, and they won't defect. They will stand by their sisters. A trash organization. But what Virtuous Woman just said is, this is the reason why, due to criticism from the sisterhood. The sisterhood will attack you if you try and do right. This is why y'all got women that don't want to do right. This is where I get the answer from for all my issues. So I'm going to say this. If you got a black woman and you heard what I heard, I'm not saying nothing bad about a black woman, or you tell your black woman about things and hurt that you have from another black woman and you're going to no answer, leave that woman alone. She's part of the fucking sisterhood. Leave her alone. Leave that woman alone. She's part of the sisterhood. Leave her alone. I told you guys and been telling you guys for years, you're not dating them. Listen, remember what I told y'all. And so if I've been telling you, if I told y'all this 6 or 7 years ago, I done dated women since then. I told them, they never said nothing. But then you can listen to a woman, Virtual Woman, and you can get an answer. Oh, that's what it is. So remember, this is what I told y'all. I said, Atila Sean Bradley had a good life. She went from renting a room to living in a house. She wasn't paying no bills because she was living with me. But Atila Sean Bradley had a friend named Dawn and another dude, and they had just got the Expedition. The first year it came out, 97. And for some reason, Atila Sean Bradley was like, them. I'm like, yo, they renting a house. Yo, they brought a $40,000 piece of shit truck. I had my Audi V8 Quattro. I'm like, my shit is 70. I got 3 houses. Why the fuck are you trying to compare us to them? Because the sisterhood. I've been telling y'all for as long as I've been on YouTube, the reason as to why you will never get 100% or no, let me back that up. This is conversation when your woman this is it. When your woman says we need to talk, please don't think she's saying we need to talk. What she means is, I'm going to tell you what me and the sisterhood decided to do. This is why they're adamant. This is why she won't bend. This is why she say things like, I don't care. I don't care. So what? I ain't trying to do that. Speaking of the ain'ts. Speaking of the ain'ts. Again, my neighbor next door is white. My neighbor on the other side, white. I get to see harmony in them. My neighbor next door, that way, this guy got his house, this and all that. Y'all know the story. His girlfriend comes over from time to time. Then she start coming over on a steady. Then she moves in. But remember, even when she was coming over to visit, her car was parked in the street, his Subaru in the driveway. Then when she moved in, her car in the driveway, his Subaru on the street. He moved in, she moves in with him, happily ever after. Why do you think that's happened? Ironically, he's a white guy. The woman, Spanish. They understand harmony. A Spanish woman understands. I'm going to hook up with him. I see that he's stable and got it going on. You know all the things that women told me. All right. You do know that the person that got a front row seat to every time I buy a new car is my neighbor. Buy a car, my neighbor. So I would bring a BMW. Hey, Chris, you got another one. Oh, wow, you got another. And he's looking at my driveway. And his father would come over, look at my 850. Hey, man, I love that car, man. You know, but I got to watch this guy go from being single for about 2 years, meet somebody, and then within a year, they live together. I be knowing motherfuckers for 10 years, nothing. You know why? Because the sisterhood demands that you follow their script. This is why I get to hear, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Now you're saying to yourself, they planting seeds. Oh, I guess I would have to then. I guess I would have to then. Let me help everybody understand something. Dummies. You dumb fucks. You don't move into a fucking apartment building or a house that's being rented if your partner that you're supposed to be growing with got a house that they own, dummy. I mean, the white and the Puerto Rican women know that. You don't move into something you're renting. Y'all supposed to move into the motherfucker that's owned. But the reason why black women don't see that, it's not about the future. It's about right now. It's what it's about. I'm gonna play some more of this. I'm gonna play it from the beginning now.
Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if you are new. Today, we're diving into a topic that many people avoid, especially older single women who don't want to face the mirror: holding women accountable. The conversation too many women avoid because they have to look in the mirror. Accountability is one of the most uncomfortable truths in modern womanhood. For decades, society has given many women a pass, excusing harmful behavior, blaming men for the consequences of their choices, and encouraging a mindset.
Excusing harmful behavior. Let me talk about that. The amazing thing about black women and how they excuse harmful behavior, they only do it when it's being done to the man. The second you want to respond, they can tell you intricate and in detail why you shouldn't do it, how you're wrong, how you're an evil person, how they got all these names for you. I'm going to tell you something, y'all. Every woman I've met is like this. Every woman. You couldn't even get a woman to make an adjustment when she met me. Nope, I'm full throttle with the I ain'ts, and this is how I'm going to do it. You got to adapt to me. I'm tired, son. Going to pass on that.
Where self reflection is replaced with denial, ego, and victimhood. But the reality is simple. You can't evolve if you refuse to acknowledge your role in your own outcomes. And too many women would rather stay delusional than admit they made mistakes, ruined good relationships, pushed men away, or sabotaged their own futures.
Or sabotage their own futures. But let me back up to something. She said they will remain in delusion. But here's the problem that I have with that. I dated a woman one time, Janet Nunez. She wasn't a bad person. Honestly, I'm not. I know my rule is I don't mention their name if I still respect them. I still respect Janet. She's a beautiful woman. Honestly, I'm not saying her name. I'm just saying her name just to say her name. But you go look it up all you want. There's 50 million Janet Nunez's, nonetheless. And we and Janet did the typical thing that women do. I'm gonna hit them with a dose of sass, and then hit them with some attitude. And I'm gonna do the old follow up with the sucker punch of guilt. None of it worked on me. Matter of fact, when she got done, I said, "You finished?" Yeah, yeah. I'm not understanding. Blah 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 blah. And then she was like, the first time she did it, I checked on it. She said, "I'm sorry." Blah 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 blah. Janet Nunez was from Ecuador. Then the rest of the time, she was like, "Oh no, this man is going to be checking me." Blah 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 blah. And 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 I think we got into like 4 arguments after that. Then I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this. You obviously." I remember telling her, "You're trying to train me to understand your fucked up attitude." And her response, "Ain't nobody trying to train you." I said, "Well, hey, listen." But so with that being said, she was from Ecuador, right? Um, I remember saying to her, you this is 2008. I was like, "You've been on your job 17 years. What Miss Virtuous just said is they choose delusion." I don't believe that. I mean, if I could correct that statement, and we can leave it like that. But I would change it to, when it comes to a man, they choose delusion. When it comes to a man, they choose delusion. They can go to work, understand everything to the T, this and all that. At 56 years old, I thank God, again, I got here. I done seen too many of these individuals with an extremely shit narrative as to why they are the way they are. I done seen too many. I done seen too many. I done seen too many. I done seen too many with women with a shit narrative as to why listen, I don't know how they do it. I don't know why you would make someone you want to grow old with or have a life with. How do you make them your enemy? How do you make them your enemy? But when your oil light come on in your car, you got to change the oil. You so good to everything else, your boss, you so good. But when it comes to the man in your life, you think you just got shit equity, shit on them equity. You think you just got talk to them like shit equity. You think you just got attitude equity. It is just amazing. I'm amazed at women. They will never ever accept the fact I'm an empath. I don't give a fuck what you do. I pay attention to your energy. So we're gonna have a problem because every woman, not one woman, because in history could say, "Yeah, I told him shit." It was shit. I told him, girl. What did he say? We broke up. Girl, Chris don't play that shit. No, I don't. I know where that tree is going. I know what that tree is going to grow into. Remember my motto, y'all. The plant that you ignore becomes a hard tree to chop down. And I can sit down there and be trying to figure out fuck ways in a woman. I'm not doing that. When you show me you ain't listening, when you show me you won't submit, good. And I know that, oh, that's just, oh, he said submit. Oh, so let me go left for a second if I may. Let me go left for a second if I may. And for this take, we're gonna title this take, Chris is right, they're just dumb. Okay. That's what this take is gonna be. This take is gonna be Chris is right, they're just dumb. Okay. Chris is right, they're just dumb. I did a video today. Don't know if you've seen it. But in that video, I said, and I quote, I find it amazing that the definition of debt is the same as it was 40 years ago. But the perspective on men concerning women has changed. And none of them still relates to the Webster's Dictionary. Oh my God. For example, when I was a kid, I'm 56, so that was a long time ago. I used to go to Jesus's house, and he couldn't come out. But when I was a kid, when you were just a bum or a deadbeat, that was the two things that they had in their arsenal to fire at you. Now is you're a brokey, you're a bum, you're a deadbeat, you're a narcissist. They done collected a whole slew of names for men. While at the same time, fat is not fat no more with them. Having 5 kids by 5 different men don't make your children bastards. You don't have bastard kids. Give me a second. They redefined all their bad traits. Anybody find that suspicious? Or is it just me? I find that to be amazing. Now, another thing. I seen a video by a sisterhood participant. Now, the sisterhood participants, they have a bunch of narratives to change, again, the definition of what they're going through. This is where God get blamed for a lot of shit in their life. Stick with me. I seen a woman. She said, my mom and dad was in my life, blah, 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 but my son won't enjoy that. My son won't have his dad in his life. He's gay. He's this, he's that. Picked all these things. But he earned the hierarchy to drop off the semen. But that wasn't it with me, because as a godly person myself, I was like, what the fuck is this? Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Stop going with me. Stop being up going with me here. But she said something. She said, God won't give me more than I can handle. So let me make sure I understand you straight. For all you dumb fuck ass sisterhood participants. You had a baby. And you had a baby with no man. You don't have a job and nowhere to live. But this is God's way of testing you. Is that what it is? Yeah. This is sisterhood shit talk 101. How about allow a person of God to speak on you that don't know not one Bible verse. I just do good work that the Lord appreciates. Like I tell people, the forces of good will always have an ally in me. This is why I speak up on the fuck shit. So I just want to get this straight. You told him, hit it, give me that nut. You felt them vibrating. Give me a second. You ain't say pull it out. You ain't say that. You said, give me that nut. Give me that nut. Next time on my face. But you took that nut, right? You took that nut, had a baby, and then you're gonna say God is not giving you more than you can handle. How about we look at it this way? You was playing in the devil's playground of lust. Let me say that again. You were playing in the devil's playground of lust. God ain't have shit to do with you getting pregnant. And I want to be clear. Children aren't gifts from God, blessings from God, excuse me. The ability to have them is. So that don't mean you go out there, have 50 kids, and then label them all as gifts from God. God ain't that fucking stupid. He's not. I know him. Trust me, I know him. He's not that stupid. Matter of fact, he's not stupid at all. All right? Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Stop being a fool me here.
This conversation matters because the cost of avoiding accountability is showing up everywhere. Rising loneliness, failed relationships, no marriage prospects, damaged mother-daughter dynamics, and an entire generation repeating the same destructive behaviors. When women refuse to self-reflect, they repeat the cycle and then pass that same dysfunction to the next generation. Accountability isn't punishment. It's the doorway to growth, healing, maturity, and better relationships. But you can't walk through that door until
Accountability is healing, it's growth. Let me stop her right there. Virtuous Woman 1969. Her link is below the video. Appreciate you guys for being here. She just said, and you heard what she said because you always hear when she said it. She said, accountability is growth. 25, 30 years ago, when my mom allowed all her friends to fuck her man over, she said, I'm going to give it to God. This is the sisterhood, yet again, toying with the big man. Oh, no, I got him. I got him. Guy ready to, what are you going to do? So I want to be clear. You said you didn't get it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's her. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you. God just told me, because he's listening to me. He said he never got it. When my mom said she was giving it to God, he didn't get it. This is the fuck shit narrative that the sisterhood comes up with. Everything that they do, they give it to God. You know why they give it to God? Because there's no way to measure that. I want all the young guys to listen to me. Please, I'm begging you. Don't waste your time with a black woman. If she's not talking like Virtuous Woman 1969, that is the woman that if you checking with me over on Dash Trade It right now, I'm playing it through the system. You're hearing her voice. That's her. The link to her shit is below the video. I shouldn't, and I mean I shouldn't, be listening to a woman that I don't know answer all my things, and no woman I ever met gave me answers. That's what we're talking about here today.
you stop blaming everyone else and start looking inward. Today, we're breaking down why accountability feels like an attack to so many women, why honest criticism is interpreted as hate, and how avoiding self-reflection is keeping countless women single, unhappy, and stuck. This is the truth they don't want to hear.
The reason why, listen, the reason why criticism comes off as hate because they always doing some fucked up shit. It's just you'll be able to talk about everything they did from the beginning to the end. We must remember something. Y'all choose to forget. I'm not. When a woman got married in the past, her father said, make an honest woman out of her. So if your job as a man is to make a woman honest, what's her state of mind when she's not with a man? Yeah. Oh yeah. Who said that? Who said that? All of what we see in how these creatures act today. Let me applaud your fine ass. Let me applaud you. But we forget all these things. We forget the real riddles of life and replace them with all this other nonsense. But it said, when you got married, you made an honest woman out of her. Because outside of that, the emotional mind is a very wicked one. Put a bunch of these creatures together, and you got what they call that there. Oh yeah, the sisterhood. But you can have a member of one don't realize what the sisterhood is doing because they're an individual member. They got their friends and blah, 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 blah. But you as a man, you're dealing with so many lines of the sisterhood. This is why when you talk about black woman as a black man, if your woman is not answering to you like Virtuous Woman 1969, dump that bitch. I don't care how long you was married to her. Get your mentals right. Leave that bitch alone. Please. Please.
But desperately need. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, click on the 3 dots to find the thanks button and hit that super thanks. Now, society has tiptoed around an uncomfortable truth. Women need accountability. Yet the moment that topic enters the room, everything goes quiet. People shift in their seats. Women become uncomfortable, and the conversation dies before it ever starts. Modern culture has crafted an environment where women are encouraged to demand the world while examining nothing, expect excellence while overlooking their own flaws, criticize men with confidence while never reflecting on their own behaviors. Society has rewarded women for pointing fingers outward while avoiding the mirror. This has created a generation of women who believe they're above correction.
You heard what she just said? She said criticizing men with confidence. Criticizing men with confidence. I had one individual. She's one of the individuals that asked to marry me. I can tell that was her narrative because one day she tried to tell me about me. And that's just how it gets down. You must come to these women ready to be molded into being a bitch. You must come to these women with a couple of things. An asshole ready to be done up. A prime, they want your ass already oiled, right? They used to buy the dildo. They want you to buy the dildo now. They want you to buy the dildo. They'll do you the favor. They'll buy your panties. They'll buy your panties, right? You got to know your panty size. Don't come to them and be like, I don't know. They're going to ask you out on a date. They're going to say, I want you to come out on a date with me and all my friends, and then they're going to humiliate you in front of their friends. You don't know your panty size, and you're going, that's what they want. Just know that they want you better know your panty size when you dealing with a woman in a sisterhood. They are the absolute trash. That is the trash class of black women, the sisterhood. Just like booty out niggas are the trash class of black men. They are the trash. They're garbage. But the net across the sisterhood is a very wild and cross many lines. The booty out niggas, they're all in one lane. The sisterhood got members in every facet of the characteristics of a black woman. Know that.
Above reflection and above accountability. And at this point, the situation is so widespread that it cannot be ignored. It's time to address it, honestly and directly. One empowerment without accountability becomes entitlement. We've built a culture around empty empowerment, a version of womanhood that tells women they are flawless, divine, and deserving of everything, even when their behavior is destructive. Many women grow up hearing the same recycled lines. You're a queen no matter what you do. You deserve the best just for existing. And if something goes wrong, the man is always to blame. These platitudes feel good.
Wow. Let me play this for y'all. Let me play this. This is in parallel to what that woman just said. Listen at how powerful this is right here. Listen at this. This is powerful. This is powerful, man.
Responses to my video calling them losers, because men get called losers on this app every single day. And that's part of the reason why men are typically better at taking accountability than women. You know why? We tell men the truth. Men tell other men the truth. They will tell their friend, hey, you're fat. Hey, you're not good looking. Hey, you're not smart, and mean it. And you know what happens with those men? Oftentimes they work on it and actually get better. However, let's take a look at us, ladies, because we do not tell each other the truth about almost anything. You will let your girlfriend go out there raggedy.
You heard what she just said. She said, we won't tell women the truth on almost everything. Damn. And these are the things that I tried to build with. This is the trash that I wasted my life trying to love. Daughter and mom included. This is what it is. And if anybody say, yo, that's harsh, you cannot love anything with another dimension to something else. You all right? All right? And if you think you could, if you could love something that has their attention to something else, if you telling me that me saying my mom and my daughter trash, you just fall back from that. So we're talking about the sisterhood today. I want to be clear. And what that woman just said, you heard her, that woman just said, we will tell ourselves lies on almost everything. Damn, almost everything, right? It's the reason why Atia was able to tell her daughter, fuck your dad, because blah, 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 blah. She did it. It's the reason why my mom talked to me like a piece of shit. Now, did I treat my mom like a piece of shit? No. Did I treat my daughter like a piece of shit? No. So you're telling me that I'm giving good, but I can't get good back. But I can't judge and call them a piece of shit. I can't do that. I got to stay in the, but that's your daughter and but that's your mom. That's what I got to do. After what she just said. Now, to my daughter, her allegiance was to her mother in the sisterhood. To my mom, guess what? The answer may sound the same. Their allegiance was to the sisterhood. No matter what, I did nothing to them. And this is why I'm telling y'all here today. You can go ahead and love a black woman if you want. But the first time you understand that that woman is part of the sisterhood, if you play a video talking about how bad black women are, and you have a black woman, and she says, I don't believe that. Leave that. Don't get in a conversation with her. Boo, don't get in a conversation. Start your exit plan. Listen, you may say, damn, I've been married to my wife 11 years. Let me tell you something. There is nothing, and I mean nothing worse in this world than a man giving himself to his family and they're not giving himself back. When my dad died, nobody knew. I used to go to my dad's house and hang out with my dad. You know why? Because I wanted my dad to say, my son comes to see me. I know how it is to be an old man and be getting old and you don't have it no more. I want to make sure my dad was like, my son is coming to see me. Me and my son going to dinner tomorrow or lunch. I never went to dinner with my dad. We always did lunch. And that's what I gave my dad what he knew, what I knew he needed. When I was watching Christopher Helmsworth, the guy that plays Thor, his dad is coming down with Alzheimer's. They're streaming it now on Disney. And his dad, he asked his dad, what is your biggest fear? His dad said, oh, they're from Australia, right? So he was like, oh, just losing touch, just losing touch, not just fighting this thing alone. And what did Christopher Helmsworth say? You're not in this alone, bud. We're all in this together. We're going to take care of you like you took care of us. I damn near started crying when he said that. That's how family is. And you cannot have a family with somebody that their family, its primary family is somewhere else. You can't. You cannot. You cannot have a family with a black woman if her primary family is with the sisterhood. That's what Atia showed me. We had a great life. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is all this coming from? I got a friend of mine. Okay. I got a friend of mine. Dude live in a 6,000 square foot house, 4 levels, elevator inside his house. Every car in their driveway is 17 or newer out of the 8 or so cars. No mortgage on their house. And this dude said every time his wife goes to his friend's house, her friend's house, he got to dial her back in. She comes home mad. She goes to her friends, get a dose of mad, and comes home and try to bring it to him. This is, how could you love trash like that? That's not, oh, that is garbage. I'm not sitting here trying to figure that shit out. I'm not. I don't know how to do that shit. I'm going to love my wife. My wife and family comes first. Like Christopher Hounslow said, no, you're not going through this alone, but we're in this together. We're going to take care of you like you took care of us. Suppose Christopher Hounslow said, Dad, you're all messed up. I'm sorry, but I got to hang out with Cap. I'm part of the Avengers now. I'm part of the Marvel family. I'm moving to America, and I'll see you when I drop in on you from time to time. He didn't say that. He's doing these shows with his dad. Because that's how men are. We don't put no fucking bullshit in front of our family. Every woman I tried to love put the sisterhood in front of me. As I stated, the last date that I had, we made the date 3 weeks out. The day before, hey, I'll be getting on the road, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I know you're going to say the sisterhood, but I got an event to go to tomorrow. It never rescheduled. That is a black woman as part of the sisterhood. That's what you get.
And you'll be in her comments, yes, slay, boss, queen, you look like a 10 out of 10. You're lying and you know it. And on top of that, we'll put on silly little names like, oh, she's just a girl. I'm just a girl. You ran up your credit card to 20K. That's not just a girl. You caused an accident that almost killed somebody. You're not just a girl. You're sleeping around with way too many men for you to keep track of and cheating on your spouse. You're not just a girl. You're a terrible human being. And I'm tired of women allowing other women to be terrible human beings. On my side of TikTok, I will call out the men who are terrible and the women who are terrible because there's terrible people everywhere. And we have to get away from this idea that it's just the men. It has never been, it will never be just the men. To any of the
I will marry that woman. I'm gonna do the Woman I Would Marry series. People, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. This is just real right here. I wanted to get it Friday, but Saturday, I only keep 3 cars here at the house, so I have one storage unit that's 20 by 40. I put 2 cars and a motorcycle in there, and then I have another storage unit that's 20 by 20. The 850 is in there. Right now, the 6 Series and the X3 is in the, it's not 20 by 40, it's 10 by 40. Yeah, I think it's 10 by 40. Yeah, I'm sorry, 10 by 40. So right now, the X3, the 6 Series, and the K12 is in that storage unit. Then the storage unit that's the 10 by the 20, the 850 is in there. And I drove the 850 Friday and put it back. And then Saturday, I took the X3 that I normally keep here, drove the X3 to the storage and got the Z4. So I got the Z4 here at the house. And I'm finally falling in love with my success. Here in Virginia, dudes get a Cadillac Escalade and they pimp it all day. I seen one dude with a lawnmower in the back seat. They don't have enough money to say, hey, look, I got a $100,000 truck. Let me get a $30,000 beater. They don't have that type of money. I don't know. But I feel so good. And when I say I'm falling in love with my success, I never stopped. You never heard me I never came on here and said how much money I made. I've never came on here and said a bitch got to be making. I never came on here. I just came up here and recently and start talking about single mom. But 2 years, last year, you never heard me say don't date a single mom. Well, probably the year before last. I think I did a video last year. But I've always had some humility. And I see now that I understand now why individuals is always flexing. It's why every time I turn this camera on, you see I got a different pair of frames. I'm just, as I told y'all, fly frames, cars, and my dog. That's my thing. Fly frame, clothes, my dogs. That's my life now. I don't want, like I tell individuals, my want tank is empty. I don't want no female. When I leave this country, I will not be saying this. I will tell every black woman that I meet, I will make sure I tell them, oh, I'm just battling black women. I'll make sure they be like, bye. Yeah, yep. I'm gonna make sure of that. I don't want nobody to want me. Don't want me. Don't want me. Listen. I'm not understanding why women call me back. Why are you calling me back? You made it known that, number one, you're not going to submit to me because check this out. Submitting to a great black man means I want you to quit your job and take those shoes off and put on a bib, an apron rather, and slave for me. So let's talk about that for a second. All I see is these women submitting to bums. They submitting to that guy. You see that video where the guy said something to the guy's girl. She get back in the car. He got out, said, and shot him, walked over him, pow, pow, pow. And she, come on, honey, I'm now your ride or die. She commits to him, submits to him. Women don't understand that when you submit to a great man, it's a collision of your great and his great. But the sisterhood is so fucking dumb. This is why I tell individuals, go marry a crackhead. You crackhead ass hoe. It's amazing. So you see them submitting to the guy. They act like submitting to the great guy is going to equal to bum motherfucker needs. What? No, a great guy is not going to demand you quit your job. A great guy ain't gonna demand you pump out 20 babies and stay home and slave over a stove. I mean, how much fucking cleaning of a stove you gotta do? A great guy ain't gonna demand that. For some reason, when these sisterhood chicks hear the word submit, they so dumb. They just go into this. That ain't never gonna happen. I ain't trying to do that. Not for no man. I know, not for a man. You're part of the sisterhood. You're a fucking creature class. You'll do it for a bum. Y'all all do. Let's be clear. Y'all all do. Y'all all do. You're not telling me that you don't. Y'all all would. Let us get back to our regularly scheduled program.
Good in the moment, but they destroy long-term growth. This isn't empowerment. This is delusion wrapped in glittery slogans. True empowerment requires responsibility. Good in the moment. You're a queen no matter what you do. You deserve the best just for existing. And if something goes wrong, the man is always to blame.
How about that? That's the sisterhood. You're a queen. You're the best at whatever you do. And no matter what happens, the man is always to blame. Again, I should not be listening to a video. I just ran into this video 20 minutes before I started this live stream. She did the one that was playing before this. I was going to do a video on that one. But I should not, in 2025, listen to all the perspectives and narratives and listen to and get all the answers as to why black women are the way they are. And all I did was date black women. My mom is black. All I did was date black women. None of them never told me this. None of them never told me this. All of them listened to what I've been through, my fight, my pain, my hurt, and they said nothing. You know why? Let me play it again for you.
These platitudes, you're a queen of everything, even when their behavior is destructive. Many women grow up hearing the same recycled lines. You're a queen no matter what you do. You deserve the best just for existing. And if something goes wrong, the man is always to blame. These platitudes feel good in the moment, but they destroy long-term growth. This isn't empowerment. This is delusion wrapped in glittery slogans. True empowerment requires responsibility. It requires facing the ugly truth, not hiding behind feel-good messages. Real standards
I
require
feel good
self-improvement.
messages.
You cannot call yourself a queen while refusing to grow, refusing to self-reflect, and refusing to acknowledge the role you play in your own failures. Real confidence comes from accountability, not from being coddled or protected from consequences. A woman who cannot self-correct becomes a woman who cannot self-improve. And entitlement takes root where accountability is absent. 2, you can't demand top-tier men with bottom-tier habits. A major issue today is the disconnect between what women want and what they offer. Many women claim they want a top-tier man, a man with
How about that? Wow. There's a disconnect in what men want versus what women offer. But I said earlier, how are you going to be in a relationship with somebody that's their attention is somewhere else? How? A lot of you individuals say stupid shit to yourselves like I'll cope. You say the dumbest things in existence like I just let it go in one ear and out the other. You're a fucking dummy. You're a fucking dummy. You know, I'm that man that said, what you say? No, no. Well, why you fat? Listen, that stupid shit don't work on me. Stop. Don't sit down there and make dumb shit a conversation. But this is what this is what happening. A woman that make $200,000 a year says nothing. But the bitches that got 5 kids by 5 different men, they doing all the talking, setting all the groundwork for the sisterhood, right? Setting all the groundwork for the sisterhood. Why? All the time, while the successful ones, they don't say nothing. Why? Because they want to stay in the fucking club of the sisterhood, right? So who this is why all the Cardi B's and the Sexy Reds, this is why they are the most popular. They throw them up to the top. They too shall rise. All this nonsense, right? That's not how it is with men. Men, we have classified. There are men that you see wear a suit and tie. They don't listen to rap music. They listen to jazz. They get in their car, suit and tie down, got a convertible, and they just like, yo, I'm fly. I'm a professional. I'm of the intellect class. It's not like that with the sisterhood. Again, you can have one to make $200,000 a year. Won't hear a peep from her. Then because all you hear is that clown talking, then when you say something, then you hear, like I heard, I ain't saying nothing bad about a black woman, right? All the shit that they do, just nothing. Got you. Let me tell you something. That's a lopsided fucking perspective. And this is why I will say, you know, listen, when I go to my therapist, I have so much chemistry with my therapist. The only thing that's wrong with my therapist, she's a black woman. And I can say, you know what, as beautiful as she is and all that, I can listen to her and everything. It's just a matter of time. Once you're with a black woman, you pass a certain threshold, and then the introduction to the sisterhood narrative of life. I want nothing to do with the sisterhood. The sisterhood is absolute fucking trash, garbage. They're tired. As I said earlier, I'm gonna say again: the mob got more morals than the fucking sisterhood. The sisterhood is garbage. They will rob you out of the best years of your life. You trying to love a piece of shit. And then find out all the while they're taking advice from friends that ain't got what you, that their man never had a man like you, but that's their number one advisors. It is just amazing. Remember, I met a woman that had $500,000 got a $500,000 lawsuit. After the attorney thing, she got $425,000. Why she have a black female advisor and have $400,000 of her money tied up into the market? I said, what? I said, don't tell me. Your advisor is one of your sister friends. Yeah. I said, if you got $425,000, you do not put 400,000 of it into the fucking market. I said, are you crazy? You already got money. Why you got? Oh my God. I said, the most you put in the fucking market is 150. That's it. You don't. What the what? It went right over her head. Why? She was advised by estrogen. Leave your comment below. Tell me where I'm wrong. If you got 400,000, tell me as a man, you'd put fucking 400 into the stock market. Oh man. Listen. Here's the craziest thing about estrogen. No, let me rephrase that. Here's the craziest thing about women in the sisterhood. They see absolutely nothing wrong with delusion. They see nothing wrong with it. They see nothing wrong with it. Yes, queen, that's right. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Fat, sloppy bitch. Dancing, putting her ass out, this and that. Yes, queen. Oh, they want you, queen. No, the fuck we don't. Matter of fact, don't nobody want y'all. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like whenever I want to inject delusion, it's a hyper. It's like they use delusion as a superpower. That shit don't work nowhere else. Oh my God.
Financial discipline, emotional self-control, loyalty, ambition, physical health, and mental clarity. They want a man who leads, protects, provides, and stays consistent. But the reality is, far too many women demanding these qualities bring inconsistency, unresolved trauma, emotional chaos, poor communication, bad attitudes, and habits that
What that woman just say? She said unresolved trauma. People, I'm gonna tell you something. If you meet a woman and she hates a man, she was touched when she was a kid. Didn't tell somebody, this and all that. If you meet a woman that hate men, I have met women that hate men, and it's in layers. And it's like, you never had a long relationship. You never lived with nobody. You never was married. How is it that there is just nothing? You're 50 years old and there is no track of you ever living with a man. You don't got no kids. You never was in a relationship. That don't kid yourself. She just said unhealed trauma. She said it, not me.
mind any attempt at a stable relationship. You cannot demand excellence when you practice mediocrity. You cannot expect a disciplined partner while living an undisciplined life. You cannot crave maturity while reacting immaturely. You cannot claim you want a healthy relationship when you bring unhealthy patterns into every dynamic. The truth is simple. You cannot play at a level you are not prepared for. You cannot expect a man to be everything while you work on nothing.
Ooh.
Yet many women believe their mere existence entitles them to high-value men. That disconnect is one of the big.
How powerful was that? You can't expect a man to be everything while you work on nothing. That's why I love this woman. She is dead on point. Again, people, the link is below the video. Go subscribe to her. Remember, I told you if you wasn't here, I'm running a special. 15-minute consultation. If you just go over to her channel, click that link, go to her channel and say, hey, Chris Smith of the National Fathers League told me to come over here and subscribe, screenshot it, and text it to me, 732-875-9111. That's all you got to do. Free consultation. Because I want this woman to win. I'm going to support women like this. And I got a couple of women on TikTok. They're speaking out against this. I'm promoting all this shit. If you speaking out against the delusion that is black women, I'm supporting all your shit. There's like 4 women that I love, absolutely love. If they was to say, hey, when are you ever come my way? Blah, 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 blah. Hell yeah. I'm going to come their way and bring a fucking ring and drop to one knee. Look, will you fucking marry me? Men need stability, women, stable thinking women. not floppers. Not, I love you over here, but when I'm with the sisterhood, I got to roll with their curriculum. And every woman I've met was like that.
Biggest reasons so many remain single. 3, men are the problem has become the easiest escape route. When relationships fall apart, the default script has become predictable. He wasn't mature, he wasn't ready, he was intimidated by me, or he didn't deserve me. While these statements may be true in some situations, they have become overused excuses that many women rely on to avoid confronting their own behavior. It's easier to shift blame than admit painful truths. It's easier to create stories that protect the ego than face the reality of poor choices. But accountability asks the real questions. Did you choose the wrong men over and over again? Did you ignore the red flags because they made you feel validated or excited? Did you bring unnecessary conflict into the relationship? Did your attitude push him away? Did you expect stability from him while offering chaos?
Ooh.
These questions cut deep, and that's why
That's what ultimately happened with Atia and I. She wanted me, she wanted me to constantly give her stability, and all she offered to me was chaos. That's the only thing it got to. Atia, Atia and I. You know, it was truly amazing. I, I'm gonna say it again. Maybe y'all will understand women, but I'm not understanding no woman. Not one woman will be allowed to give me sass. I don't. You tell me what's bothering you, I suit up and we go fuck it up. That's it. You don't have a problem and take it out on me. I don't know what the fuck you think this is. I just don't and will never understand why they get so comfortable at treating and talking to their men like absolute pieces of shit. I had one individual girlfriend tell him, I could be giving other motherfuckers this pussy. 3 weeks later, he marries her. I'm like, wow, what? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
they're avoided. But without asking them, growth is impossible. Accountability forces a woman to acknowledge her patterns, and for many, that honesty is too sharp to hold. So blaming men becomes the emotional escape hatch. But escaping the truth won't fix anything. It just repeats the cycle. Accountability is not an attack. It's the only thing that brings results. Responsibility builds respect. Maturity builds attraction. Growth builds relationships. Without accountability, everything falls apart. With it, everything improves.
Wow.
No one is above
Ooh,
self-improvement.
like wow.
At the root of all this is a simple truth. No one, including women, is above self-improvement. You cannot grow if you refuse to acknowledge weaknesses. You cannot build a healthy relationship while protecting unhealthy habits. You cannot demand accountability from men
While protecting unhealthy habits. Again, y'all, link below the video, Virtuous Woman 1969. 15-minute consultation. All you got to do is go subscribe. Say, hey, Chris Smith of the Dad's Traded for Child Support told me to subscribe. Screenshot it and text it to me at 732-875-9111. The consultation will be the 28th, 29th, and 30th.
running from your own. The women who truly stand out today are not the loudest. They are not the most entitled. They are not the ones screaming about independence while refusing to grow. The women who stand out are the ones who welcome correction, who value growth, who understand that strength and softness can coexist, who are willing to look in the mirror and tell the truth, even when it hurts. These are the women who evolve. These are the women who attract a healthy man. These are the women who rise above the delusion that traps.
You heard what she said? She said, these are the women that attract a healthy man. So if you're a healthy man, I just said earlier, if you got a woman that's part of the sisterhood, you better start figuring out your exit strategy. Even if you was married to her 11 years, and you probably said to yourself, why? She just said, you heard her say it. You heard her say it. Let me back it up for you. Hold on. Let me back it up for you.
So many others. These are the women who attract and coexist, who are willing to look in the mirror and tell the truth, even when it hurts. These are the women who evolve. These are the women who attract a healthy man.
Women that are willing to look in the mirror and see that their wrongs and their faults. These are the women that attract a healthy man. So if your woman is any part of the sisterhood, how the fuck do she got you? How? You you heard what I said? I've been saying this for years. You sass me one time, I'm getting you the fuck up out of there. I'm not being in a relationship with no chick that sass me. You know why? What'd she just say? You don't deserve. How do that woman got you? If that woman is not willing to look in the mirror, if you can't say, you know what, yesterday when you did that, you shouldn't have done that, and you get a barking, start your exit. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, listen, no woman is going to be comfortable with thinking that now she got enough love equity with me to start giving me sass. I will never need a person in my life that won't honor me. Like I said, you will treat me like a prostitute treat a pimp. You will worship the ground I walk on. If not, get the fuck on. And I'm not asking you to go out there and sell your ass, you ass saleswoman. I crack myself up. I'm not asking you to go out there and sell your ass. When I say like a prostitute treat a pimp, I mean be loyal to me like she is to that motherfucker. How do that woman got you? How? You heard what she said? Yeah, you heard what she said.
These are the women who rise above the delusion that traps so many others.
Ooh.
For decades, many women have lived under
I didn't hear that before. I did not hear her say that before. She said, these are the women that rise above the delusion that traps so many women. Let me give you my example of what she means when she said that. I was talking to my ex-girlfriend a month ago, 2 months ago. We talked about it a couple of times. I would tell this individual about, and she knew all the stuff that I've been through, so she know where my pain is. But every time, I mean every time, I talk to her about the fuck ways that are women of color, I'm talking to an empty phone. When that black woman, when Caitlin Clark got filed by that black woman, we was talking about it. And she told me then, no, I'm not going to say nothing bad about a black woman. I told her that's dangerous. So again, you guys deal with people that have a prejudice, a preset prejudice. That's what you deal with. You deal with a woman. I had a woman tell me, I'm not saying nothing bad about a black woman. But then we could turn around and be talking about Donald Trump and she would lose her mind. She would go crazy. So this is what nerds pick up on. This is what intellects pick up on, not them street niggas they fuck with that's on that mean. We stay wired into the core of love, the core of family. So wait a minute. I done told you somebody that you said you love and called me back now because I didn't call nobody back. So I can talk to you about things in parallel and my hurt and nothing. I'm talking to a dead phone. But as soon as I talk about Donald Trump, the rage that comes through the phone. What is it that the niggas say? Oh, okay. That right there. Because I don't talk slang. But I'm going to go ahead and wave my intellect card and say, that right there. How is it that my pain and everything, I can't get a comment? Or when I do, it's half-assed. I just don't get them. I'm not even going to try to dress it up. But as soon as we talk about Donald Trump, I just released the bull. People, it's things like that that you should scan and recognize when you are loved. because a fuck nigga will have 100% of a woman's love. The sisterhood throws all this out the window for a fuck nigga. They do. When they girlfriends say, when they got other black females that are married, listen to the faults that they man have, and you'll understand why they with them. Ain't nobody married. Ain't nobody. Don't a bitch in the sisterhood. A bitch in the sisterhood. No, you ain't get no man like me. I will keep you in your fucking place. I will love you to death when you are nurturing and warm and you are a woman. But when you add all these fuck titles to your name, I got something special for that. It's called the clap back. What the niggas are like, the clap back, the clap back. Yeah. I crack myself up. But know that. I'm in with that. I'm in this tape with that. My situation, nothing. Donald Trump, rage. You know me though. How come I don't get that? That's how you know when you're not loved. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody from the sisterhood. Their love is not consistent. It's not. Just know that. All right. Hey, listen, y'all. Take all this from me. I'm transparent. I'm opening up to y'all. Hell, y'all can just clown me in the comments. Yo, you bitch ass nigga. Ah. You do what you want. I'm saying and doing all this simply, really, so the young guys don't run into this. See, at 56 years old, I know what my job is now. My job is not to keep trying to, and women, my job now is the young ones. So I put my business out there. Again, y'all can clown me. Y'all can be in the comments, Christmas tree in my ass. Y'all can be lighting me up. But I say everything that I say so the young ones can listen to me and say, wow, you mean to tell me that guy, besides him having a big head, he looks decent. I'm not going to say I look good. We're going to downgrade me to decent. He looks decent. He talks well. Hell, I talk like that. I'm a nerd. Blah, 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 blah. And they treated him like, yep. That's why I talk about this now. That's why I talk about this now. I don't want no black man going through what I'm going through. I don't want no black man thinking that, oh, I found a good one. Oh, yeah? Play her a video about a group of black women that went into the store and start fucking with somebody and see if your woman be like, they shouldn't have did that. This and I hate when women do that, blah, 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 blah. Or when was the last time she sassed you? When was the last time you got some sass? When was she? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When was the last time she took accountability for what she did? If she didn't, start your exit strategy. Start your exit strategy. Get the fuck on up out of there. Please.
Natural safety net that shields them from criticism. No matter how reckless the choices, how chaotic the behavior, how toxic the attitude, society has always found a way to blame men, circumstances, trauma, or anyone but the woman herself.
Very well said. When I listened to her say that, that's what I was going to do the video on. That woman just said, it don't matter what the woman does, society will always blame the man. You know what I'm talking about. As a 56-year-old man, it gave me all the answers. That statement that she just said gave me all the answers as to why no woman stood by me. They helped me in other things. They ain't helped me in this. This is the most profitable business I got. I ain't getting no help from the woman. If I had every woman I met knew how to edit videos. Y'all see me with editing on any of my videos? Nope. Ain't no woman helping me. But I got a dude that fucking 5 chicks. With every woman he met pushing themselves. I can help you with this. I can help you with that. I can help you. You'll know when that woman loves you because she'll be trying to integrate herself in your life. If that woman don't love you, it's, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that, and you figure it out. See, my higher level of energy is I'm tuned into love. So when I tune into that, I know it ain't love. That's why I changed the person, aka changed the station. You ain't getting me with that bullshit. You ain't getting me. That's why I said I never got played and never will get played. And you damn sure ain't playing me. Listen, the woman that play me gonna drop 3 of my kids. We gonna live together for a long time. Ain't no way in hell a chick gonna say to me in order to go out on a date with me, bitch, you gotta take me to Ruth Chris. Fuck you, your mother, your kids, your grandmother. I'm going in. I'm annihilating. You're out of your fucking mind. Who you think you talking to? Bitch, man.
This is why accountability feels foreign to so many older single women today. They've been told all their lives that their feelings are facts, their decisions are justified, and their mistakes are someone else's responsibility. So when the mirror is put in front of them,
Their mistakes are someone else's responsibility. I ain't gotta say nothing on that.
recoil. They don't want to confront the reality that their current situation is often the result of their own patterns, not some external enemy. When you grow up in a world that constantly
Not some external enemy. I love this woman. Anybody know what this woman look like? I'll start off with a 3 carat and we'll work our way up. I would marry this woman on the spot. This is the type of black woman that are the women to me. This is the type of woman right here. I love this woman. And like I said, about 3 or 4 other chicks on. Listen, there's some that I like that I've unfollowed in the last week because now I realize that it's something about these women that make videos and they draw men in. Then they'll make that one video where they're siding with the sisters, and I'm like, oh shit, you flopping. I'm not dealing with you. But Virtuous Woman, all her videos was dead on. And the words that she used, how well she articulates, it's just unbelievable to me. Again, the link is below the video.
assures you that you're enough, perfect as you are, and deserve everything, you never learn the importance of self-improvement. Many older women were never required to develop humility, emotional discipline, or self-awareness. They were told to be strong, independent, and unapologetic, but they were never taught how to be honest with themselves. And now, decades later, when they're single, lonely, struggling financially, or unable to maintain healthy relationships, the last thing they want to admit is that they played a part in their own downfall. Accountability.
The last thing they would want to admit today is that they played a part in their own downfall. Let me tell you something about life. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that I so appreciate. Always been like this. Remember, I was like 7 or 8 years old. I told my mom I got to start saving my money from when I get old. My mom looked at me like she seen a ghost. She said, son, you got your whole life ahead of you. I'm old now. How did that work out? I'm fly. But the one thing that I look at all these women and every person on my mother's side of the family, every woman on my mother's side of the family, including my mother, life busting their ass when they got old. I'm not telling all my mom's business. I mean, I have some respect, some minute respect for her, but it's the reason why I was helping her with her bills when she retired. It's a reason for it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But every woman that I see that made a mockery of life, that thought they was Miss Fly shit, even Crystal Holman. Last year on Valentine's Day, Crystal Holman reached out to me. I missed you. She then said a couple of days later, could you text me your address when I'm coming down to see you? I haven't said anything to the bitch since. But why did Crystal Holman call me back? This is going to be a long take. You might want to get your popcorn. Why did Crystal Holman call me back? Okay. The reason why Crystal Holman called me back is we old now. You're not going to hit your 50s and then hit a spike. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. I got off of 5-hour energies and creatine last week. I stopped taking them. I just stopped. I went all natural. So now when I go to the gym, my workout routine cut by 60%. Did you hear what I just said? I can't do 60% of the exercises that I did. I have to I have to compensate not taking in pre-workout by chopping down my reps and lifting lighter weight. I will do that, but I'm not taking any pre-workout no more, and I'm not taking any whatchamacallit. I'm not taking any 5-hour energies. I'll compensate with I'll eat sweet potatoes before I go to the gym. I'll double up on my beetroot extract and double up on my vitamins B and zinc. That's how I'll try and compensate. But that's me respecting my life as a 56-year-old man. I'm watching women try and cover up all their flops and failures of life. Yeah, they're trying to cover up all their flops and failures simply by calling up the guy that did everything right. Crystal Holman has a shitty work history. She's not getting anything for Social Security. She don't have no money. She don't have some money in the 401k. She's scraping. She was a fly girl from the Bronx. Now she's a piece of shit. She gained weight, fat and sloppy now. Don't see that in her. And life is knocking on the door. And she's like, oh shit. Oh shit. I didn't see this coming. Nobody saw it coming. But remember, this 7 or 8-year-old kid said to his mom, I got to start saving my money for when I get old. Now I'm practically shitting money. That's my life. I love my life. I'm shitting money. How did this happen? I put my house on solar. I got 4 500-watt bifacial solar panels leaned up against the fence that I got stands for, but they're not, the panels are way heavier than a stand. So I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. But I got 4 500-watt bifacial solar panels on leaning up against the fence. On the roof, I got 3 400-watt solar panels. I just laid them on the roof, right? If the city comes, they can't say anything about the ones up against the fence, but the ones that's on the roof, I can get a fine for that, right? I laid them on the roof, ran a wire. You can see it because the wires run down right down by the meter. But what's powering this house, I have, look it up, an Omega 5, an Opus Omega 5, a Blue Eddy AC 200, which is my Mega 5, my Opus Mega 5 is a 5,000 watt inverter. My Blue Eddy AC is a 2,000 watt inverter. Then I got 2, they just came out, the Blue Eddy Apex 300. I brought 2 of them. They're 3,700 watts, but I got them parallel. So together they're 7,200 watts. So that's how this house is electric, right? You know what I brought me for Christmas? Anybody? I brought me 3. You ever see those water growth systems where they say, oh, you put these little capsules in them and they stagnate them and they grow your own fruit and vegetables? I brought 3 of them for Christmas. Yeah, I brought 3. Because I want to start growing my own food. I figure like this. I want to, by the end of next year, I want to start growing at least 50% of my food. I want to grow it. That bring all my expenses down. Right? Because of this lifestyle that I have, I make entirely much more money than I spend. Right? This house is heated. I heat my house with a pellet stove. I don't heat the HVAC system that this house has, the vents, I don't use them. I use a pellet stove. The pellet stove uses 124 watts at full blast. Your TV, 2 TVs in your house uses that much power. I'm always calculating. What's the more sufficient way to live? Oh yeah, this and all that, right? My electric car. You know how much it costs to fill up my electric car? $3.84. Brought me from about 34% to 91%. $3.84. I make enough money to live in a house 3 times bigger than this. I have a great life. But Crystal Holman seen this when we were going together. But Crystal Holman said, I'll be able to put this big ass on him when we get older. The streets is calling this big ass. That's what she said. I got to keep this big ass out on the streets. All these niggas want this ass. So she kept her ass on in the streets. And then what happened? The new flock of fly chicks came out. And Krista Holman couldn't handle no more. But then I did it already. I'm gonna do it again. Besides, the new flock of young girls came out. Life came knocking at the door. People, sidebar. For all you individuals that's in your 50s out there, you know what I'm talking about. For all you young guys out there, allow me to school you on what's inevitable. Means it's going to happen. Life is going to come knocking at you on your door, and life going to sit you down, and life going to sit in front of you with a checklist on all the things that you fucked up on, all the things that you didn't do, all the times that you relaxed, delayed, all that. Life is going to sit your ass down, and y'all going to have a you're going to have a talk with debt, you're going to have a talk with stress, you're going to have a talk with. That's why I let them 5 hours of energies go, because I was like, I think when I did my audit, stroke was with life, and I was like, yo, who the fuck is that? Life was like, oh, that's stroke. Yeah, you need to talk to him. Why the fuck I need to talk to him? I'm healthy. You're healthy. You're taking 5 hour energies like they fucking candy, popping 5 hour energies like they candy, and this pre-workout. You drink the shit like it's coffee. What the fuck are you talking about? I said, okay, life, I get it. Okay, I get it. Now, did I have a stroke? No. But this is my life. I'm smart enough to look ahead. I said, I'm gonna leave them things alone. I'll get my energy from natural sources, right? Crystal Holman didn't do that. Crystal Holman, played, kept her ass out in the street, did all this shit, and she figured she'd make up for it by charming me. But this time, oh no, when I get him back, I'm gonna act right. Oh, if he want me to suck his ass, oh, I'm gonna be a puck bitch. You know, I'm gonna be like, on his ass. He's my only hope. You know how I know this? Anybody? You know how I know this? Boy, I cracked myself up. Boy. When I was talking to this 2-bit piece of shit, you know what she said to me? I said, what kind of car your man got? He got a crisis something. Just I don't know. This is what she said. We was in a junkyard the other day. He needed a part for it. I heard him say the name, but I don't know. I said, junkyard? People, I'm not knocking people to go to junkyards. I want y'all to hear what I'm about to say. There's a time in your life where you should be past junkyards. There's a time in your life when it comes to junkyard, you should be on some fucking, order the part, Geek Squad, Advanced Auto Parts. You should be on there. You shouldn't be on no fucking Amazon should be bringing you shit. You what? Say, whoa, what? So wait, let me make sure I understand you correct. You got a man that's struggling because he's getting his parts from the junkyard. Their rent was $2,000 a month. You could have fucked with your boy and be on $754. You could have fucked with me. Yeah. Your rent is $1,200 more than my mortgage. I'm not going to the junkyard to buy cars. My 7 Series, yeah, it's at the dealership right now. They're like, oh, it's gonna be $4,000. We gotta take your dashboard out. We gotta do this and that and that. Hey, listen. You know what I said to those people over there at Checker Flag? I said, listen, as long as you do it right, you're the dealer. I'm not. When my guy told me, he was like, yo, your condenser and all that shit is bad in this car. It needs to be changed. He said, I don't do it. You got to take the dash out. You ever see the dash in a 740 IL? Looks like a fucking Christmas tree. I'm like, I'm not letting nobody fuck with this car. It's not happening. Hey, I can do it. No, the fuck, no. No. The shit is at the dealer. They're like 4,000 such and such. Listen, you know what I'm in my head, I'm saying, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I gave you the $6,000 budget to fix the fucking car. But I'm not taking none of my fucking BMW. I'm not getting shit from none of my cars from the junkyard. But Crystal Holman, her man is. Let me start rocking. I got to get my duh on. Duh. So what does she do? I'm talking to Chris. Chris got it going on. Chris this, Chris that. Let us not forget. You flumpers, stumpers. Let us not forget. Because y'all some forgetful. I notice y'all, man. I'm motherfuckers forgetful ass motherfuckers. Let us not forget. December 2023. Let us not forget. I know you want to forget, but I'm gonna help y'all remember. Because y'all are some non-remembering ass people. Yeah, I know you, mother. I know you. Let us not forget. Let us not forget. She didn't know she didn't know I was recording, but let us not forget. Like I said, y'all some forgetful ass people. Y'all don't remember shit. Yeah, I'm just scrolling down. It's here. It ain't like I'm gonna say, oh, I can't find it. It's here. Hold on. Hold on. I want y'all to listen to this. Please be some listener people. Notice how I'm talking. Is that it? Notice how I'm talking. I'm stalling and shit. There's so many videos in this fucking phone, man. I'm gonna find it. Did you see her interior? We them boys. That's what the fuck is. Shit. I think I was reading. That's why this shit on. Okay, hold on. Got so many fucking videos in this phone. Here you go.
Be happy and be good at what we're doing and living our good lifestyle and just being happy.
So me, you, and him live together?
All three of us, yes, I said.
Well, who gonna be banging on that big ass?
What?
Who gonna be banging on that big ass?
I said together, Troy.
Oh, so we gonna be just banging on your big ass together? Tag teaming?
No, No, not like that. Now, don't think it's
Not like that. So this is the conversation. You call me back and you throw out we can all just we can go tag team on that big ass booty. This is what it gets down to. I'm telling all you young guys out there, they're all going to crash. I said this in a video before. They're all going to crash. All of them. All of these women that claim they don't need no man, all these women that are part of the sisterhood, they're all are going to crash. All are going to crash. Life does not, let me hit you. Life will not let you leave here without you paying your debt. I owe life nothing but death. I have been great to life. I have been humbled. I owe life nothing. I have given a lot. I don't owe nothing to life other than my death. There's a lot of people that kick the can of responsibility down the road. Well, guess what? No road left. You're at a dead end. But here's the problem, as this 56-year-old man gonna break it down to you. Here's the problem. The unfortunates of you delaying your lessons, they gain interest. And there is no, and I mean no interest compared to life interest. You can have the worst credit card interest payment in the world. Excuse me, you can have the worst credit card in the world. The interest payment on that credit card has got nothing on the interest of life. I'm telling you. I see motherfuckers going life to bankrupt. You hear me? You hear me? That's what I see. That's what I see. It's no way to duck it. It's no way around it. You don't get to say, I'm going to duck this. You don't get to say that. You don't. You don't. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say, I never wanted to be accountable all my life, and then turn 50 and then turn 60 and think you're going to keep kicking that can. Life is not going to have that. Life is not going to have that. Life ain't having that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I seen a video of a man who was 50 years old, and this man said, I'm 50. I'm sorry. I'm 50 years old. I gave my life to the street. I'm telling you, man, I have nothing. Stay out them streets. Stay out the street. I got to start my life now. I can't. Yep. Life will demand you make this payment. But all these individuals think they kicking a can or subsidizing accountability with, I'm gonna just get married. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Again, I'm 56 years old. Today is December 22nd. The only thing I owe life is my life. I don't have no life debt. I took all my lessons when they happened. So that interest, that defer, kicking the can, you should be working on something and you keep kicking the can down the road, deferring the payments in a sense. The interest meter is still running. And again, there is not one, and I mean not one credit card you got. Go get a card. Go have a 200 credit score and get a credit card. The interest payment on that credit card has got nothing to do with the interest payment you're going to have to pay for the mistakes you ignored in your life, especially when you get old. I promise you this. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys for being here. Honestly, man, you guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you said, hey, that big head dude is at it again. And we'll do it again. We'll do it again tomorrow, y'all. Y'all have a good night.